Welcome to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and yes, I am the Lone Ranger. Broadcasting here on WDBO on this beautiful Sunday morning. Hope you're enjoying it. And, well, you know, sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes it's rainy. You never know what you're going to get. But you know what you're not getting is snow. That's what we're not getting. And here's what we are getting. We got a great state here. We got a great governor. We got no income tax in the state of Florida. I mean, it's just a great place to live. Do you know that I was reading an article the other day that said that Tampa is the #1 city in North America to buy in. Jacksonville's the #2 and Orlando's #9. In the top 10 of all cities in the entire country, we got 3 of the top 10 right here. Right here. I couldn't be happier. You know what that means? And this article was all about buying homes and making money. So you're going to make probably the most amount of money in equity based, taking price point into consideration, because we're not the highest priced city in North America. We're not even close. We're probably running about 15 to 18 right now, on highest priced cities. So we're not there yet, but we'll get there. We will get there. So is it good to invest in a city, in an area that's going to prosper? You darn tootin' it is. So having said that, if you have questions for me or you have comments about any of the statements I make or statistics that I throw out there, then feel free to give me a call. You can reach me directly at 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. I'm the Lone Ranger, Bruce Woodburn. Been in the mortgage business for 33 years. 33 years on the 19th of this month. So not quite 33 years just yet, but I'm just a few days shy of it. Closed well over 10,000 transactions. Why do I close more transactions? I'll tell you why. Because I help more people. I help more people win what they want. And that's what it's all about. Now, do I do that because my rates are the best in the country? No, they're not. They're not the best in the country. They're the same. They're in the middle. They're right in there. They're great rates. They're not the highest and they're far from the lowest. But here's what makes the difference. Because when you shop me against the Rocket and the Loan Depot and your bank and your credit union, I'm the same rate. We're all the same rate. And typically you should get the same rate, because if somebody quotes you a little bit lower than that, they're probably going to come up with a little bit of a surprise. If somebody quotes you higher than that, they're probably a mortgage broker and not a direct lender. So you want somebody that's going to give you excellent service and close on time and give you rates and terms. That's what I'm all about. So I built my business around service. I met my wife. She was a real estate agent for a local real estate company here in town, and I was calling on her. I must say that she didn't really care for me at first. She thought I was a little obnoxious. Okay. She thought that I was a little pushy trying to get in the door, but she had taken a job with this local real estate company that I had already been calling on for probably 6-7 years already. And I felt comfortable with the agents in there. Well, they put her on floor duty and she was the guard at the gate. And she came through and she says, "You're not allowed back in the back room without an appointment." Well, I thought, well, what do you mean? I've been coming back here for 6 years and you're telling me I can't come by? Who are you? You're the new girl on the block here. So she says, "I don't care. You have to have an appointment." So I stuck my head around the corner and I started naming off people that I thought might be back there. She goes, "Nope, Reeves is not back there. No, Patricia's not back there. No, Larry's not back there. Oh, Sue, how about Sue? I got an appointment with Sue." "Yeah, she's back there." So it kind of irritated her a little bit. Okay, and I can understand, but I had a job to do. So I didn't know she was so irritated with me. But 2 days later, I'm working late at night. It's like 10:30 at night. My phone rings. Okay. Back when you had the brick phones, the big giant ones, analog cell phones. Anyway, phone rings. It's her boss. "Hey, Bruce, Dave here." "Hey, Dave, what's going on?" "Hey, I got one of my agents. She's struggling with this real estate transaction. The deal's falling apart." I go, "Well, what seems to be the problem?" She goes, I don't know. I just don't think the lender knows what they're doing. Can you take a look at this for me? So, of course, he had picked up the phone and told her that he was going to call me. And she's like, no, don't call that guy. Don't call that guy. He goes, no, I'm calling him. So he calls me. I take the transaction. I fix her transaction. We get the deal to closing. Next thing you know, I'm having lunch with her. And then, as fate would have it, I guess I was a little more charming than she originally thought I was. And now, on the 19th of this month, on the anniversary of when I started my business, is the anniversary that I married my wife, Michelle. So on March the 19th, we will have been married 28 years. 28 years. Beautiful wife. Puts up with me. And I'm going to tell you what a lucky man I am. So, and she's my ops manager. She runs the company here. And she's sharp as a tack. That's why my business does so well, because I can operate super efficiently. The team that I've got is unbelievable. My loan officers, my loan officer assistants, my processing department, my closing department, it's second to none in the industry. Second to none. Not because of me, but really because of her. I bring the business in. I am the social guy. I'm the loan arranger. I can structure a mortgage better than anybody I know in the industry. And if you don't believe me, I'm applying for the job. Just put me to the test. I'm there for you. I'm there for your friends. I'm there for your family. And I can tell you something. You deserve great service and you deserve a great loan product. Call me. 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. So, a couple other things I want to talk about while I'm on a little rant here about my beautiful wife and how lucky I am to have her, how lucky I am to have my two kids. So Michelle and I got married. We ended up having two kids. Guess what? Born on the same day. Born on March 18th. Both my kids born on the same day, 5 years apart. I'm going to tell you something. I got a pattern going on here. I'm not sure how I did it, but apparently mid-March is my pattern. So, going to celebrate kids' birthdays, going to celebrate my anniversary, going to celebrate the anniversary of starting my business. Just got a lot of reasons to celebrate in March. So, and I want to thank each and every one of you, my listeners out there, my loyal listeners that listen to this show and call me. And, a lot of folks call me and they go, I didn't think you were going to call me back. Of course I'm going to call you back. I'm a service guy. I like taking care of people. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. Now, what's going on with mortgages right now? Holy moly, it's like a ride in a stagecoach in this job. I swear, I come in the morning and interest rates are one thing. By lunch, they're another thing. And by the end of the day, there's something else. I'm telling you, it's like watching gas prices. I thought it was a doggone zip code, but it was the price. And I'm watching these things, and I'm watching the mortgage rates, because I watch the market all day long, intraday. I'm watching trends. I'm watching cycles. I'm watching the bond market. I'm watching all these kind of things that can give me an indication if I can help my clients have a bit of an edge. And I'm telling you, it's almost exhausting. And a client will call me in and go, hey, what's the rate today? Well, this morning was 3.99. All right, I got to talk to my wife. I'll call you this afternoon. Well, what is it now? Well, it's 4.125. That much in 1.5 a day? Yep. Listen, you're watching a lot of changes in the market. It's not going to get better anytime soon. I'm just going to tell you, there's no fake news here, okay? You're not going to get some sales pitch story on why you should believe that things are better. Like I'm hearing these commercials that interest rates are, still at historic lows. Historic to what? They're not 2.75 like they were a year and a half ago. Heck, this time last year, the average rate was 2.875. Right now, it's high threes and even low fours. And that's if you have excellent credit. If you have any credit dings, even below a 750, you're into the low fours. If you're mid sevens, you're probably into mid fours. And if you're into high sixes, you're probably into high fours, at least higher than 4.5. So, and that may even come with some points. So here, am I telling you this because I'm trying to make it a sales pitch? No, I'm telling you the reality of it. It's not always pretty, but I'm going to say this. It's still absolutely amazing time to buy. Do you know my new sales for new clients were up by 10%? They were up January and February by 10%. Actually, February was 9, January was 10. So my business is up. Why? People are jumping in. I think because they already know. You guys are smart enough to know that interest rates are on their way up. Anybody that calls me and is surprised by interest rates right now is either living under a rock or in complete denial. So you guys are smart. So what you're doing is trying to get ahead of it. Okay. I'm going to get my house before they hit the fives because that's right around the corner. I mean, come on. If we're already in the low fours to high fours, depending on scores, and the Fed hadn't even raised the Fed rate, and the Fed hasn't completely stopped tapering mortgage-backed securities, where are they going to go once that happens? I mean, come on. Did you think you were going to see $4.25 a gallon for gas? Guess what you're going to see? You'll see $5.25. I wouldn't be surprised if we see $6. I really wouldn't be surprised, but I'm pretty confident we'll be in the fives for sure. I think we're going to be in the fives and I think by the end of the year, we could be 6.5%, even 7% interest rate. So look at, okay. They say right now that we're at 8.5% inflation rate, but that was when they estimated oil at $88 per barrel. Guess what they are now? $1.30. If you factor that in, we're at 15% inflation rate. Heck, we were only at 14% inflation rate when Carter was in office. What did that do to us? So it's not going to get better. The only way to make it better is to change who you got in Congress. Change who we got in Washington. That's the only way to change it. These people don't get it, and they're in denial, and they think that this is just because of Ukraine, or else that's what they spin it off on. It ain't. Trust me, it ain't. So that's my rant on that. Getting back on track. Whew. Rates are on their way up, but they're still low enough to where if you get in now and you get into a mortgage now, it fixes it. It stops it. It won't go any higher. Your rate's locked in. So buy now. Well, it's at today's rate and you're not paying 5.5 or 6.5 in just a month or two from now, because that's probably going to happen. But add this layer on top of it. By the way, let me give out my phone number just because sometimes I get excited about this whole stuff. 407-706-3313, 407-706-3313, or webringyouhome.com. Okay, so now we know interest rates are going up. They're already up from where they were last year. But housing prices going up. So it's probably going to go up another 20% this year. Maybe 15, but probably closer to 20. So let's just look at what it did from this time last year. February 2021, the average median sales price was $305. As of February 2022, $365,990. Okay? So you made $61,000 on average for a median priced house. Now, if you added 65,000, let's just say even $60,000. So at $60,000, and if you were to calculate what a payment does for every $10,000, it's about $60. So that is another $360 a month just by virtue of the house going up by $60,000. So same house, $360 a month more than last year. Now, guess what else? You increase that by 1% interest rate, and that's another $360. So we're $700 a month more for the same house you could have bought last year. $700 a month more. I mean, come on, my first mortgage wasn't even $700 a month. 407-706-3313. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Don't go anywhere. 407-706-3313, where we bring you home.com.